Hamas would protect them as assets, the argument went. These younger, fitter hostages were the ones who would survive. Instead, Israel's army says they were shot by Hamas in a tunnel under Rafah as Israeli forces battled above them. Almog Sarusi, Alexander Lobanov, Ori Danino, Eden Yerushalmi, whose last words to her sister were, "They've caught me." Carmel Gat, a therapist, was described by other hostages as their guardian angel. And Hirsch Goldberg-Polin, a 23-year-old US-Israeli citizen.
While Israel is conducting intensive negotiations with the mediators in a supreme effort to reach a deal, Hamas continues to firmly refuse any offer. He who murders hostages does not want a deal.
A red flag at the protest today, a message to the Prime Minister. The last red line has been crossed. Hostages were dying, they said, as a direct result of the Prime Minister's failure to sign a deal.
Outside Mr. Netanyahu's office today, they've been shouting "murderer." Many people here think he simply doesn't want a deal. And if a deal is no longer possible, they say, then the hostages are no longer valuable to Hamas.
Hostages do not return when guns are shooting. The region does not go quiet for the time necessary to return hostages when guns are shooting.
The irony is that fighting did stop in central areas of Gaza today for the start of a 9-day rolling vaccine program delivered by the UN. The discovery of Gaza's first case of polio in 25 years, the only thing that's paused the fighting since November. Thank God they've agreed on this, said Khalil, but we hope the war stops completely and not just for a couple of days. We've suffered a lot. As Almog Sarusi was buried today, new protests were born. Israel's labor union has called a general strike tomorrow to press for a ceasefire deal. Benjamin Netanyahu is being confronted with a choice: peace in Gaza or war at home. Lucy Williamson, BBC News, Jerusalem.